Hello everyone, I'm Jack, and welcome to episode 42 of the Save File podcast. Today, we'll be chatting about Sony acquiring Bungie, NFT failures, GTA 6, and MicroBlizzwatch. Joining me to discuss today is Josh. Josh, welcome. What have you been playing?
Howdy. I've been playing Pokemon Legends Arceus for the past week and a little bit of Final Fantasy.
Ooh. Anf, I believe you've probably been pretty similar.
Yeah, I finished Legends Arceus. I have to do one more thing for that game, but I'm currently playing like Dragon Age 2. What the fuck is wrong with me? Dragon Age 2 on PC right now. Yes.
And Charbs, like you last.
I have been playing Ricky Ponting Cricket 2005.
Also a lie.
No, I'm kidding. I've been playing A Hat in Time and like the DLC, and today I started Sifu because I only get to play it today because I didn't buy the deluxe edition.
You a master it yet?
No, I am garbage at the game. I haven't gotten to the second boss.
Look, I've seen a lot of people have been garbage at Sifu. Apparently, lots of people like it, but they're a bit like...
Oh no, I love it. I love it. It's such a good fucking game. I do love it, but I'm just garbage at it.
You haven't gone to the prawns yet? Or the crab? And the chips?
Really pushing it.
Alright, I'm going to move us on from horrible seafood jokes to Sony acquiring Bungie on the heels of Microsoft going, you know what, we're just going to spend a little bit of side cash and buy Activision Blizzard. Sony went, cool, we're not going to match you, but we're going to buy Bungie for $4 billion, or close to it, and it's on the eve of Bungie's next big expansion for Destiny 2, The Witch Queen. Guys, what do we think?
It is a bit like
To be honest,
America.
I don't really know what to say.
It's a bit like America with the Louisiana Purchase, like getting this huge land out west and prosperity, and then finding out that like Uruguay claims that it bought a bar and is equally as successful.
I love the comparison. It's great.
What an analogy.
Yeah.
It's just like this huge landscape-defining, history-defining move, and then we got Bungie.
Look, Sony bought what they could afford by comparison, and I think it's a pretty good... It's an interesting deal.
You know what it would have been a better investment? A Bungie cord.
Wow.
No, I think that's what all the Blizzard employees need to get out of there.
Oh,
You know what's funny?
no.
The moment the Bungie deal went live, the moment it got announced, Anf sent messages in every chat I'm in with him, and he's like, "So Sony bought Bungie? That's a bit of a leap."
Alright, this has been the Sci-Fi Podcast.
How did you miss the opportunity to say that's a stretch?
Look, it made sense, but... So, I think it's interesting that they've done this, because basically following... Like, people had a lot of questions when the deal came out. Like, does this mean Destiny's going to go exclusive, and is anything else they make going to be exclusive? And Bungie just said, nope. It's exactly what's not happening. We are determined to basically putting our games on all platforms, and which led a lot of people to the question of, what's the point for Sony then? And it seems to be Bungie's sort of gearing up, and have been gearing up the past year, of some of the executives that they've hired to try and be a TV/entertainment studio as well as making games. So they want to maybe do their own TV series or do movies, and who better to try and partner with that than Sony?
Well, yeah, Sony Pictures is one of the biggest producers of movies. If we're talking about, there's like a big six when it comes to movie production. Sony's one of them.
And you would sort of think if one studio is gonna nail gaming and movies, which we know has been a very difficult thing to combine, if anyone's gonna nail that, you would maybe think Sony's gonna try and at least get close to it or head in the right direction. Maybe. Hopefully.
Can I be completely honest with you boys? Is ever since we found out Bungie have plans or are gearing up to make TV shows or movies, all I could think of is, what if they make a Destiny product, so a movie or a TV show, but it's directed by Uwe Boll?
Who?
I don't know who that is.
I don't know who. None of you know who Uwe Boll is.
No, I'm gonna be honest,
No.
mate.
You've
Oh,
gone
what?
over our heads.
Osas?
Uwe
So
Boll.
he's actually a German film director, but he's known for making very shit video game movie adaptations.
Okay, can
I
I'm
think-
I'm just gonna straight up and guess. Did he make Assassin's Creed then?
No, he didn't. We're talking
Wow, okay.
we're talking much worse than the Assassin's Creed movie
Oh,
was.
that's
Super
hard.
Mario Brothers
he
movie.
did. No, worse than that. He did like the Postal movie.
Oh no.
What else did he do? He did Blood Rain.
I don't remember any of these, so that tells you a lot.
I think he did the Far Cry movie. Like, they're not even so bad they're good. They're just bad. And the best part is, he offered to fight any film critics in a boxing match if they ever disliked his movie.
Okay.
He used to. So his movies, right? Apparently, the only way they were making money was through some kind of loophole in German law. But his movies are terrible, and I would honestly highly advise watching them.
It's
So
just
I-
that didn't Game Theory do a video on this guy? On why all
I don't know,
video
man.
game movies will
I
be
stopped
bad?
watching. I don't know, but I stopped watching Game Theory after he kept making Five Nights at Freddy's videos, and I just kind of lost interest.
But I was about to say, how do you keep up with your Five Nights at Freddy's lore?
I think it's interesting Bungie's done this because they sort of wanted to be supposedly independent, and that was part of the reason they sort of left themselves from Activision, which, by the way, just boggles my mind of where we're at now, that now Sony owns Bungie, but Bungie was owned by Activision, who's now owned by Microsoft. Because this is weird circle that's gone around.
Yeah, a lot of people.
But
A lot of people.
It's
Were
like the Spider-Man meme.
Yeah, a lot of people
Yeah.
were like, "Oh, does that mean Halo will be on PlayStation now?" And I'm like, "No, you idiot."
no, guys, that's owned by the guys at Microsoft.
Like-
That's not how this works.
Halo hasn't even been with Bungie for years now, so I don't get that leap in logic people
They've
have.
only been making Destiny for close to a decade, so... yeah.
Pretty-
It would be
pretty
a power
much.
move to make Halo a Sony exclusive, though. That would be a power move.
So, I have a theory here that I thought of. So, Bungie recently had their 30th anniversary, and they didn't end up doing anything. They put a lot of Halo-esque guns into Destiny, but they didn't specifically call them Halo-themed or anything, just that they were inspired by their previous games. And I wonder, Microsoft and Sony both knew that this deal was coming, and that they probably maybe couldn't do a deal between each other.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Or Bungie understood that, hey, we probably can't do that. It's not... Look, everyone's playing nice, and I'm pretty sure Xbox, Phil Spencer had a tweet, it was basically praising Bungie and hoping they would go and do big things with Sony, but there's still a little bit of their competition. And I think they understand that. So...
Also,
Interesting.
there's something
I hope
want to
they make
address,
the next-
which is- Sorry, I was just going to say, there are people on Twitter I've seen a lot saying that Sony bought Bungie to retaliate for Microsoft buying Activision Blizzard. And just so we're clear, these deals take months, and in some cases years to set up.
Well,
I feel
they
like
said
people
that
think
this
that when
had
they
already been
find out
going on
about
for
it, it
months.
just happened.
Yeah. These
You,
things take a
you
long
don't
time.
you don't decide just to drop $4 billion.
Yeah. What were you going to say, Josh?
I really want Bungie to make their new sci-fi classic Ring and make it a Sony exclusive.
Wing.
If I'm a Sony executive, I would pay to see that.
I'd be like, nah,
This is
spite.
This is why I'm not a Sony executive.
Didn't they try to make a Halo killer on PlayStation though? A long time ago.
I mean, Anytime.
I mean,
you
why
make
would you
the-
hire Bungie, who are probably making a new, who have said they're making a new PvP game?
I mean, look, to be honest, whenever anyone makes a sci-fi shooter, everyone's quick to say, "Oh, it's the Halo killer or it's a Halo competitor."
Or it's the Destiny killer, which there've been plenty of those, and Destiny's the last one standing. So
Destiny's killing itself.
no, it's
Yeah,
not.
I was going to say, you can't kill what's already dead.
It's actually not. Just can tell you, 800,000
No.
people playing it the other week, and
Whoa.
the Witch Queen,
Big
which is
numbers
coming
there.
out literally. Witch Queen is coming out in literally 2 weeks, and is over 1 million pre-orders.
It's basically doing what it's destined to do.
Thank you, Anf. That's enough for the podcast. We're all done. Wrapping up.
Man, 10 minutes. We made 10 minutes.
You can tell who's the Destiny fan here, but still, I think while I don't love that everyone's being bought out at the moment, I think it's a good deal for Bungie and Sony. Looking at it, just them together seem to work and make sense for what they both want. But we'll see if that trends and if Sony keeps its promises with Bungie to keep everything. Allow them even to keep doing things multi-platform. So,
I mean, if Sony or Microsoft are willing to make another purchase, I speak on behalf of all of us when I say we will sell you Right Hook Productions for the low price of $2 billion.
look,
We're already
look,
selling it, aren't we?
look, I might be able to haggle down that, but we'll talk.
Haggle down? No, we want to haggle up, bro. It's our shit.
That
We'll
means,
haggle down.
okay.
We'll give you Anf and...
so our currently non-existent game will be basically budgeted.
Yeah.
Hey, it
be
could be the
fair,
next big thing.
To be fair, though, Agent still hasn't released and people are still holding out hope for that.
Well, listen. We'll cut you the ultimate deal. We'll let you hype up some shit we're making, and then we'll let you cancel it.
Oh no.
We call it the old scale-bound treatment.
So,
man.
talking about other studios that have been acquired recently, it's MicroBlizzwatch time.
I'm feeling a bit
Because-
cold, guys.
Oh dear.
We're going to need a theme
Anf, you're
song
out.
for this eventually.
Anf, you're out. So, this week on MicroBlizzwatch, Activision has surprisingly said that they're going to release a Warcraft mobile game. And this was just done, on a company meeting to investors, one of those sorts of calls. And yeah, they announced that because apparently that's how games are announced now, without much thoroughfare. And Blizzard is surprisingly set to deliver that in 2022, which is also unlike Blizzard because they seem to announce things and then they lose steam.
I hope someone goes to BlizzCon this year and asks if it's an out-of-season April Fool's joke again.
What if
Oh
all
my
of them
God,
asked that?
That was the most devastating thing I've
Yes.
ever seen.
What if
I felt so bad when that happened because, if you're a game dev and you're on stage, you don't prepare at your own convention to have someone question you like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this a joke?
I hope that this is them trying to get the Warcraft franchise back up. And I'm talking separate of World of Warcraft, which has its own various issues. And I think Warcraft as an IP can be expanded to being outside of World of Warcraft. Which is what they did with Hearthstone, and to a lesser extent, Heroes of the Storm. But I think it has so much room to grow. And I think if they can do that in more story content and just make a good game. But maybe I would like to, and I wholeheartedly hold out for this for the sake of all Warcraft fans, that they eventually end up doing a Warcraft 4, but it needs to be better than the trash that they gave us as Warcraft 3 Reforged. Absolute trash. And I actually hope Microsoft makes them
You have
fix that mess.
Infinite patience.
Oh, no,
Somehow.
that's not happening.
They should, though.
No, that is not happening.
Maybe when they
If
kick
anything, they'll
Kotick out.
retroactively remove it from your Steam folder.
Maybe Microsoft will make them release Warcraft 3 Reforged.
Oh god, don't even. Look, I did wonder if maybe they're porting that to mobile, but I don't even. My brain doesn't want to go down Warcraft 3 Reforged route. It's just, that's disgusting.
So let's talk about happier things then, like union busting at Activision Blizzard.
And of course, because it's Blizzard, so even the good news comes with the bad news. So, VP of Quality Assurance, Christian Arenz, posted a little message in company Slack channel where you also can't reply, which gives you an idea of the sort of what they're expecting. So, little excerpt. A union doesn't do anything to help us produce world-class games, and the bargaining process is not typically quick, often reduces flexibility, and can be adversarial and lead to negative publicity. All of this could hurt our ability to continue creating great games. While many union contracts include a just cause provision and a grievance process, this is really just a different way to deal with disciplinary issues. What?
What a joke.
No, that's not how that works. No, wrong.
Can I just say, right, if your main defense is, guys, wait, you don't want better working rights? I mean, it's not going to help us make more money in great games. No, I mean, you've at this point, you've got an uphill battle. I honestly do not know what in God's name is going on at Activision.
I'm a big fan of the negative PR.
The execs are not doing a very good job right now.
If you're Phil Spencer and you see your newly acquired Blizzard company go out and send this to the company Slack channel, do you just do a big face palm? Honestly.
No, I think he licks his lips because you go back to Blizzard and you're like, hey, I see you're in a bit more hot water then. We're only keen to spend about $50 billion this time. And then you've saved $20 billion.
Actually, maybe
you
this makes
the price down because the product is garbage.
Probably makes it easier for Phil to decide who he gets rid of when the contract's eventually signed in 2023.
That's a good point.
Probably just makes it a little bit easier. It continues. A unionised company cannot act quickly on its own if the union does not agree with its position, he said, noting in both situations the company remains free to disagree and maintain a different position. He also mentioned that employees don't have to vote for a union in an election if signed up, and encouraged employees to perform their own research on the union. I think they've been doing their research, buddy. That's why they want to join a union.
I think they desperately want a union.
I have a theory, and I'm sorry if I sound like I wear aluminium foil on my head.
Go ahead. That's what we're here for at Rattle Productions.
So my theory is, you know how they specifically outlined that even if you're part of the union, you don't have to take place in a vote? That strikes me as maybe they're trying to get as little votes as possible. They can kind of slip their own union reps in there. I would not put it past Activision Blizzard execs to try to put their own reps into power in the union.
Look, this is the sort of crap where I'm so happy that they got bought by Microsoft, because while Microsoft would probably not free of all things that are going on and negativity, I feel like Microsoft have an understanding of a little bit more of the PR side and not going to let crap like this continue happening. And I hope that happens under them. What garbage? Who thinks of sending this out?
How much further down can it go?
It doesn't make sense. And it seems like Blizzard almost wants to keep themselves in the news, so they're just like, what dumb thing can we do this week?
Any publicity is good publicity, I guess, in their eyes?
No, it's completely incorrect.
That's not a true thing.
Oh, God.
They've been getting away with it for years, so I'm glad at the very least all this stuff is coming out now.
Look, it's bizarre.
And can I just add as well to that? The video game industry has had so many talented people, leave the industry or take breaks from the industry at a ridiculous, rate. It's crazy. But particularly, certain studios that are known to have really bad and toxic work cultures, it's unbelievable what is allowed to happen in these studios. So I'm very surprised that a lot of this is still going on, but I'm glad that at least it's coming out and the public are kind of more interested to hear about it. Because the more public knowledge that gets put on that, the harder it pushes the execs.
This is a bad time to be saying I'll be playing Diablo on Switch.
Damn it, Jack.
Is this in bad taste? I feel
not
like
like
it's in bad taste.
Look, I just love that. I enjoy Diablo. I don't enjoy what Blizzard does.
We've spent the last minutes going, yes, Activision Blizzard bad, Jack. Diablo good though, right?
Diablo is good. It's the last white
Just
round.
pirate it.
Look, I already gave them money. Long time ago. So it's alright. And because this is gaming news, we're gonna move on to something much happier. Oh wait, no, it's NFTs.
No.
So
Why can nothing be nice?
Normally good guys, Team 17, they announced a Metalworms NFT project, which, surprise, surprise, games didn't like that. Common meme, everyone just liked that. Yeah, that's NFTs, and the sooner companies realise that, the better. And Team 17, after hearing all the complaints, we've listened to our Teamsters, development partners, and our games communities, and the concerns they've expressed, and have therefore taken the decision to step back from the NFT space. Good. Now how can we do that with the rest of you? Because we don't like NFTs. We're going to keep telling you that.
I feel like NFTs are the stupidest thing, because what happens with a lot of these big companies is they run and they tell investors, oh, we need to up the price of games. We promised you more and more growth. But then they turn around to the public and they say, oh, well, games need to be more expensive because, we can't afford it. It's tough. They say this while making record profits. And they say, oh, yeah, it's super expensive. But now we can make money off NFTs. So that's another way now they're going to try to monetize.
Yeah, I feel like this is the new loot box. And that scares me because we didn't think loot boxes would become a thing. And they did. They very much did. And I cannot get behind NFTs. I haven't seen an actual gamer, someone not a player, not a big exec, who's trying to get some money. I haven't seen a gamer say, you know what, yeah, I'm behind NFTs and everything they stand for.
And it's not just execs too.
It's very divisive.
It's not just execs too, or corporations. It's also certain individuals who get behind this sort of thing. I mean, look at Troy Baker as of recently. He jumped onto the NFT train, but then I guess a week later or two, he ended up jumping off because people were starting to disassociate with him and stuff.
Yeah, because people realize how scummy they are.
Yeah,
I just can't believe it.
Scummy.
Yeah, my favourite thing about the Troy Baker situation is when it was unfolding. I don't know if any of you read his tweets about it, but he announced it. Got a whole bunch of flack for it, and in my opinion, rightfully so. NFTs are garbage. And then he tweeted again, and he was he was trying to defend jumping to NFTs because it's a new medium and it's another way for us to create. Everyone's like, holy shit, we have enough ways to create, Troy. You don't need to fuck everything up with this.
It seems a lot of the big company wigs are just clearly gamers just don't get it, and we're going to keep pushing forward with it, and it'll work. We fucking get it.
No, you know what exactly it is? I can sum this up very succinctly. It's just every fucking NFT bro and exec. Am I out of touch? No, it's the gamers who are wrong.
That's 100% of what it sounds like. So Ubisoft, who have already gotten plenty of flack for this with their helmets and whatever. So their latest move, Ghost Recon had its 20th anniversary, and they were like, you know what would be good? Let's give our employees NFTs to celebrate.
Oh no.
One developer likened it to the staff saying, "We hate this crypto stuff." Ubisoft responding with, "Okay, come get some."
I'm not sure, like, I get what it is. I reckon it's like the whole people, these are all the people who, like, didn't get Bitcoin before it took off. And are now like, this is definitely
yeah, so
Bitcoin.
they're just like, let's get on to NFTs, yeah.
It's still another form of crypto mining, and let me tell you one thing.
I feel like it's worse.
It's worse. Crypto mining has ruined everything. And
Crypto mining can at least, there's a little bit of actual playing the market and being smart with it. This just seems like, I made this thing, now I'm making an NFT out of it, now come buy it. Like, it's just garbage digital crap.
Yeah.
Most of NFTs are just theft art too. It's just like stolen art.
Correct.
That they've minted.
Which makes it even
like,
worse.
It's like, oh, I hated this before, but now there's a new layer of stupid.
Yeah!
Yeah.
How can we make this garbage thing more garbage?
Like, this whole thing has made me, like, hate the whole thing of, like, just crypto mining as a whole. Like, because technically NFTs are bunched with the same thing. Even though they're, like, very separate. Like, it's hard to get your hands on... It's hard to get your hands on, like, graphics cards now because people are using it to mine like, Bitcoin and shit. It's hard to get parts in general. And there's a reason why, you know, it's hard for, like, Sony to push out all these PFSIs because all those parts are fucking hard to get.
Well, I mean, there is a chip shortage, and that hasn't helped things. But I cannot stand the fact that not only that, scalping is once again really, really prevalent.
Well, and the scalpers are probably into this stuff too. It's just this whole... Oh.
It's both the scalpers and...
with extra steps.
It's both the scalpers and the miners. They're probably both the same people. And, you know, they're just ruining everything they touch.
It's horrible. My favourite reply to this crap was itch.io, who you might remember from the Game Jolt situation where both indie game marketplaces and itch.io was like, we're not prudes. If Game Jolt won't take your games, we will.
they took itch.io.
Yeah. Their response was, a few have asked about our stance on NFTs. NFTs are a scam. If you think they are legitimately useful for anything other than the exploitation of creators, financial scams, and destruction of the planet, we ask that you please reevaluate your life choices. Also, fuck any company that says they support creators and also endorses NFTs in any way. They only care about their own profit and the opportunity for wealth above anyone else.
Can I just say, it's fucking hilarious that
Love it.
we live in a world where even Kanye West posted on Instagram and he's like, don't ask me to do NFTs. I want to create real products in the real world.
Oh my god.
I'm like,
wow.
It's a weird day where Kanye and Ubisoft are on fucking opposing forces.
It's weird to be on the right side, and Kanye's on the right side.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but, you know, good on Kanye.
Kanye's not a corp, he is one man.
Based.
Stop with the NFTs, please. Stop shoving them down our mouths. Stop, please.
Someone did actually make, I don't know if you guys have seen it, but it's a mod for Doom, and it replaces your gun and the enemies with like a camera, and you just take pictures of people's NFTs.
I thought you were gonna say I was gonna get to shoot people's NFTs, and that's what I would have been behind.
I found
Which,
someone.
Side note, I think we've got a market for.
I found someone who congregated like a bunch of tweets of NFT people realizing that NFTs are just JPEGs. Gotta be my favorite genre.
When you boil it down to it, that's what they are. They're just fucking images. You're literally... It's like if you're on one of those stock photo websites and you want to pay a massive sum of it to use it, and you think you own it, but you don't really.
The worst part is that the NFT art is actually just really shitty.
Like, it's
some of them are absolute garbage.
I mean, you look at
some of them a 5-year-old could make.
I don't look at monkeys and lions the same way again ever since NFTs.
They've ruined monkey.
They ruined the monkeys.
Bored ape NFTs were the worst. I could not stand them when I saw them, and I'm like, who's Who's paying for this?
Can I bring
just-
something up that I just thought of?
Go
What's
nuts.
up?
Okay, so you guys remember DeviantArt?
Yeah.
Oh my god, yes. Where
Yeah.
is this going?
So there used to be this thing on DeviantArt where people would draw like a set of like 6, like essentially original characters or whatever, and then they would like auction them off, and they were called like adoptables. That is a better fucking investment scenario than NFTs.
Oh man.
Can I just say, right, if you support NFTs, you're either an idiot or you have way too much disposable income.
Or you've been duped by these companies just saying it's the next big thing, and we're telling you now, don't buy into it.
Also, because none of us have said this before, we at Right Hook do not endorse NFTs. We do not support NFTs. We do not want to associate with anyone that does NFTs. Thank
Look, I
you.
thought that was clear for the last 15-minute rant, but yeah.
Yeah,
I just did-
Anyway,
But you know what they?
I just wanted
well, you know what
to
they say.
announce-
Sorry.
No, go on. I'll go after you.
When it's spoken, it's libel. So we have to like say it very loudly.
Alright, everyone,
yeah.
everyone for us being against NFTs, say aye.
I.
Aye.
I have to make an announcement.
Done.
So
Yeah.
me and Clinton have been working on the Right Hook Productions NFT line of Yu-Gi-Oh art we've ripped and then put hair colors onto.
So we're not associated with
That's
Jack.
at 10 grand.
Yeah, so we've decided to not associate with Josh
Yeah.
following our recent
Yeah.
position.
Hashtag cancel Josh. We've got ourselves. we got ourselves a
Oh.
new campaign going on right now.
That's going in the description somewhere.
Oh no.
Okay, cancel Josh.
Why am I trending? What's happening?
There'll be no context.
No context needed.
I would like to move things on to a happier note. Slightly happier.
That's arguable.
Charbel,
but
one thing.
Go
Just
ahead.
one thing. Just one more thing. Can I say, before you cancel me, I've got one more thing. Would people pay for a modded ape escape,
What?
but like all the apes are replaced with NFT apes?
Oh my god, I want that. I would
say now.
capturing people's NFTs.
Now you've got something.
Oh god.
See, now.
See, I think
Uncancelled.
that's,
Alright, let's
that-
go.
that's where people need to turn this. They need to turn their anger into hating on the NFTs and making successful games that hate on NFTs. That's where the money
NFTs
is.
are garbage.
Correct.
Yeah.
Now moving on to a happier note, GTA 6 has officially been confirmed as being underway in development by Rockstar.
I don't know
Let's
why
be
Rockstar thought this was a big secret.
I was going to say, let's be honest, we all saw this coming. I actually saw something yesterday, and it's that GTA, the series, has now sold over 160 million copies.
Alright, big, that's a big number. What does that compare to?
Well, it's literally bigger than all of Final Fantasy.
Wow, that's actually...
Wow, that's pretty
Okay.
big.
That
though.
isn't, like, it... Yeah.
like, you actually gave me something where I was like, oh, damn, okay.
Oh damn!
So good for Rockstar, but unfortunately fans aren't happy. So I'll start from the top. Red Dead Redemption 2 has been lacking in terms of support for its multiplayer.
It's because it sucks,
people-
yeah? Go on.
People are not fucking happy. The latest thing I saw, which is today, they announced if you get to, I think, Wave 3 in Survival, you can get a red poncho. And people are not happy because GTA just got an expansion with Dr. Dre, and Red Dead has now got a red poncho. So there's a bit of a difference.
Did
Red
anyone
Poncho
ever
Redemption.
think that maybe it's part of what's making money? Red Dead
So
Online didn't launch very well and didn't make money, and GTA 5 Online did.
I mean, like
making
the
bank.
reason is, and let's be very clear about this: you cannot monetize Red Dead as much as you can monetize Grand Theft Auto.
No, it was set up so much.
But like even the setting, there's so much.
The
less
setting
you can
is
do
so
with
much
Red
easier.
Dead.
There's only so
So-
many times you can buy a different horse, a different carriage. different pistol, whereas something that's basic in the modern era has so much
You can
scope.
put whatever you want. Like, it's tough, but that's the reality of it. So fans for a while now have not been happy with Red Dead Redemption lacking support. But we got new details on GTA Expanded and Enhanced. And can I say they're disappointing as hell. So for the Xbox Series S, X, and the PS5, you will have to transfer your character again from your previous console of choice, whether that be an Xbox One, a PS4. You have to register with the Rockstar, the Rockstar account, and you have to transfer your character again. This has been done before when we went from PS3 and 360 to the PS4 and Xbox One. So we have to do that again. In terms of new features, well, the expanded and enhanced editions will feature up to 60 FPS in performance mode. And I believe ray tracing in fidelity mode, if I read that correctly. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not really impressed. This is a game from 2013, and like the most you're offering is 60 FPS and some ray tracing in one mode. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm disappointed. They also bragged that cars will be able to go slightly faster, because you know the power of the PS5 and Xbox Series X. That's what they were built for. To let GTA cars go a little bit faster. Like, it's just... I really feel like they've dropped the fucking ball here. Like, firstly, no one at any point wanted, like, a crazy, you know, GTA expanded and enhanced version. All people really wanted was, like, hey, can we get, like, a 60 FPS patch? And that's kind of what they've delivered. But the problem is, when you start saying, oh, it's expanded and enhanced... They've talked nothing about how it's expanded, and as for enhanced, I mean, you haven't done much. And this is done by Rockstar. This isn't like Grove Street Games with the GTA trilogy. It's honestly pretty shocking, I'm not gonna lie.
Look, I think they're going to have their work cut out for them to try and deliver on GTA 6 when GTA 5 has broken all sorts of records. I looked up... it's GTA 5 that sold all those. It's not counting all the other ones.
Oh wow, it's GTA 5 alone that's done 160 million.
There's only one game that sold more copies, and I'll give everyone one guess to guess that. What is one game that would have sold better? I'm not counting that. But yes.
Minecraft.
Correct.
Yeah.
The scary part is it's 240 million, number one for Minecraft, 160 million for GTA, and that's second. So there's a big gap.
Oh my god.
Can you imagine if they also counted all the pirated copies of Minecraft? I know for a fact everyone in my school played a pirated copy of Minecraft on our...
Yeah, it's a good point,
at the time,
actually.
6-year-old Max. It was great. That's all anyone played. We played that, we played Call of Duty 4 and Need for Speed Most Wanted.
And in fairness, everyone also had Minecraft.
Everyone had Minecraft. Like, I don't know a single person who didn't have Minecraft.
It was pretty hard to avoid it.
Yeah.
And it's still going strong.
It actually had a resurgence in, I think, 2020 or 2021. Like, all the memes started...
Well,
Yeah,
I'm pretty
like
sure
I'm
pretty sure it was the biggest thing on YouTube.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, it just popped back off for no reason.
It was huge on YouTube. It was huge on Twitch as well.
Like, they keep making updates to it, and I don't think it's actually the updates. I think people just go back to it. I know for our group, we go back to it every so often, and I don't think we're that crazy about it, but we'll play it for a week, and we're probably done with it. But I think for a lot of people, they go back to it, it's just one of those comfort games.
I find that crazy, some of the stuff people have built. I remember reading someone built, like, a working computer in Minecraft.
Oh yeah, there are some insane people with Redstone, man.
It's pretty nuts.
That's unbelievable. Like,
dude, I played back in like the Nether update.
I remember I built a shitty treehouse, and I pretty much just tamed a bunch of wolves and like had them kick back in my treehouse, and like I was satisfied with that. And it was one hallway in a room. I was It was not done very well.
My favorite
people
Minecraft
like-
story. No, go ahead.
People are like, oh yeah, I rebuilt the Notre Dame in Minecraft. Pre and post fire.
It's so nuts. My
What's your
favorite.
Minecraft story.
It was playing with my cousin and my brother, and he just finished off one of his great he made this like awesome like barn house, and he's really happy about it. And we went off to start adventuring, and we just heard screams, "Guys, come back! I need your help! I need your help! I need your help!" Turn around, and the barn's on fire because he'd used a lava block as his discard station, which is what people do. But the whole barn was made out of wood, and he didn't leave enough blocks between it, so one of the embers obviously left, and barn on fire.
Oh,
Kids,
jeez.
fire safety. Be careful.
Remember,
of
kids,
lava
only you can prevent forest fires.
and barn
And
fires.
only you can start them.
Fire is cool, kids.
No, Anf, no. Oh.
It's cool,
Yeah,
but
reject NFTs, start fires.
That's the takeaway.
We've gone down a dark
That's
path here.
don't take the road class. Take the pyromancy class.
I'm waiting for our redemption arc, Jack.
Oh god. So
Still about Nintendo.
I'm gonna move us on.
Yeah.
So, February is this small month of games. Dying Light 2 just got released. Everyone seems to love it. Sifu, not seafood.
I
It's
wasn't
just
gonna make
been
the
released,
joke. I wasn't gonna make.
And
the joke.
most people love it. Most people are like, it's a good game. It's very different, and they're enjoying it.
Yeah.
Pokemon
so-
Legends Arceus. Anf, Josh, what do you guys think?
Absolutely incredible.
We freaking love it.
Would
Me and
you,
Absolutely incredible.
do you think it's a step in the right direction for the series?
absolutely.
I think it's the best Pokemon game they've made.
Oh, that's
It's a big
That's a
step.
statement.
Big step.
Statement.
It's a big step.
Someone clip that. All right.
No, I'm talking objectively. No, if I'm taking away my subjective bias, it's not my favorite Pokemon game. I think it's objectively the best one.
Wow.
Yeah, I
That's pretty good praise.
I personally think it's definitely a step in the right direction. I want to see more of these sort of games. It's done a lot of things that improved on the series formula. There's a few flaws that I have for the game, like I have personally had with the game, but they weren't that like they didn't inhibit my like experience. So
I haven't been able to get my hands on it yet, but everything I've heard, I'm just like, yes. I've seen it played, and I'm like, thank you for doing something different, because the series has needed it for so long, and I'm really happy that they're at least trying.
Yeah.
Can I just say I disagree with Josh's statement. I think it's objectively the second best game.
What's the best, Sharps?
Hey You Pikachu.
Get out of here.
nah, but
Alright.
but I'd like to expand what I was
Already
saying.
took to
How do I deal with you every day?
I don't know, man. I'm surprised I'm still on this podcast and you aren't sick of me yet.
I'm surprised you're still alive at this point.
It's because you guys live too far.
To expand on what I was saying before about the game, I personally, it's personally my like second favorite Pokemon right now. I played the game with Josh. I went over to his house and stuff, and we played the game together. Me, him, and his fiance Alexa, and we played that game for like in total 14 hours.
Oh yeah, it was heaps fun.
Any game you can do that to means pretty good.
When I booted the game up, like, because I did a bit of a cheeky thing and played the game for like 10 minutes before they came to my house.
How dare you?
I had this feeling when I was playing the game, and it's a feeling I haven't felt since the 3DS era, where what was it, Sun and Moon last time? Yeah. I played the last time I felt this particular feeling was like around that time, and personally my favorite's Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. After that, Pokemon kind of stagnated for me. I didn't love like Sword and Shield, but I liked it. It just wasn't like like the highlight Pokemon game for me.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. It was passable. First entry into Switch.
I despise Let's Go. I don't want to talk about that game.
Well, I was okay with Let's Go, but
Bad.
But then they brought over this game, and I'm like, holy shit. They rectified everything that they said about this series. Or not everything, but a lot of things. It's just...
Can I ask... Sorry, you go. I thought you were done.
No. It was just one more thing. It just needs voice acting. That's all. That's all the series needs.
I think that's one of the big steps. If you want to make it a real proper story game, that's where you go. I don't know. I feel like part of it is it's such a big series that you get voice actors are hard to get, and when you have to do it for so many different languages, it becomes expensive. But I think if you want the series to grow, look, Nintendo's not short of money. I think if they want to do it, it can be done. It's just whether or not they want to put the time and place into it. And I think that's been my biggest problem with Pokemon, that it just seems like, hey, you want to make some more money? Yeah, just chuck out another Pokemon game. And I'm happy that they're at least... I feel like this was a safe-ish, but still enough of a different attempt to go a little bit different and try something.
Yeah.
So many of the games have just been a formula, and innovation. It needed innovation, and this is that. So
The only thing that I want now, and I told Anf about this, is I want them to make another Pokemon Ranger game with the Legends Arceus styling.
I'd love that.
That would be the best Pokemon game.
Give us like the capture style of that, but like, you know. Yeah, but you can still use Pokeballs.
Yeah, just get the writing staff from fucking. Get the writing staff from fucking the Ranger games to make one of these. It'll be amazing.
It would make for a good like offensive weapon to use against Pokemon that's not violent either. Because like, you know,
Charbel's give me a gun.
Yeah, everyone wants to shoot Pokemon. Everyone wants to cut Pokemon like Monster Hunter.
Can you imagine what Pokemon would be like if they were announcing it at a Nintendo Direct and you had the ability to shoot Pokemon in the game? You get like the most energetic gun. It's like, land some sick headshots with your rifle in Pokemon. Let's go hunting. Like, it'd be fucking insane.
You're so not wrong, and it's scary.
Pokemon Crisis.
As if we didn't have enough on our plate, gaming-wise. Total Warhammer 3 is coming out next week. Horizon Forbidden West is coming out next week. The Witch Queen comes out in literally 2 weeks. A couple days after that, Elden Ring comes out.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting.
What?
Yeah, February's been kind of packed.
So is March.
When did February become the packed month? Destiny literally moved into February to try and get away from that. Then it's got followed. It must be part of just the pandemic, but it's just crazy.
I think they realized like release times don't really matter anymore.
No, it's if a game's big enough and has enough, if you've got enough marketing and everything, it'll be fun.
Yeah.
If Legends Arceus was announced like 10 years ago, it would have been like a Christmas game.
Yeah,
100%.
There's no goddamn way they would ever have released that thing like in like February. Never.
They're lucky they released it in the beginning of like almost the beginning of February. It was like the end of January.
Yeah.
But still, if they released it like this week, it still would have gone like the big dough.
So there was a tweet during the week asking what the biggest hyped game you thought that would fail. Do you think any of those three are failing? Or do you have something else that you think might fail down the line?
I'm a big fan of your suggestion, Jack, that Hogwarts game is not going to do well.
So we had a discussion on this in our little chat, and I feel like people were just focusing on all the February releases. I'm like, if this game's going to fail, it's going to be Hogwarts, and I don't mean any disrespect to the people making that game. It's Hogwarts. Harry Potter games have been hit and miss, and they've been very hard to nail. And that game is promising big stuff.
And Harry Potter's not exactly in a good spot right now.
I just feel like it's a hard thing to bank on. Yeah. Tiny Tina Wonderlands is another game that's coming out. I don't think that one's going to fail because it's basically Borderlands again, and Borderlands sells well. This year's nuts.
I really do want Hogwarts Legacy to do well. I did watch Harry Potter growing up.
I wanted to do well. It was just if you asked me to predict a game that I thought had the chance to fuck up, that was it. Starfield, maybe. Sorry, Bethesda. Fallout 76 had me have questions.
But Fallout 76 certainly bodes well.
But between the big two of February, Elden Ring and like Horizon, I reckon Horizon will come out on top.
Horizon. Someone who played Horizon Zero Dawn again, and I didn't look from it as much as rose-tinted glasses. I realised that game had some issues. Everything that they're changing in that or improving is literally what I would call was like so many of the criticisms. Like some of the climbing was a bit meh. The melee combat was a bit meh. Literally, they got heaps of new melee weapons. Climbing was something they focused on in like their first big reveal. Actual gameplay of like, hey, you've got a slinger now. You can basically like launch onto stuff and just so much better. I don't think that's going to fail.
Aloy feels a little bit more athletic as well.
Yeah. From Software hasn't failed since Dark Souls 2, and many would still consider that a success. And everyone who's played Elden Ring has said it's good.
Yeah.
Destiny 2 Witch Queen, maybe. I don't think so. I think that's looking pretty good. Maybe one under the radar. Maybe Lost Ark, but that's releasing in a couple days, and the pre-orders on that, so people have been playing it today, they got early access, and they are already up to 500,000 plus people concurrently. So I don't think that one's going to fail somehow. Look, I didn't like the idea of, let's predict the next game that's failing, but look. We'll move on.
To be honest, we never want to see games fail.
No, we don't want them to fail.
No, we don't.
It was an interesting discussion point, I thought, on how you think games are perceived, I think, and
gamers have
come out about the games.
Gamers have become pretty cynical as of like recently, and
we're
I can't
ourselves a little bit.
I can't sort of blame them with like the current state of like
Did you like me talk about NFTs again?
Yeah.
So on happier news, Nintendo, bastards as they are. Sorry, Nintendo, but I'm calling you out. You're deciding to do a Nintendo Direct tomorrow, and we can't record the podcast, so we have to predict what you're going to show off in your 40 minutes of gameplay.
I don't know why,
what do we think Nintendo's showing off?
I was just thinking about Shigeru and fucking Iwata in a room like, yes, they're doing the podcast tomorrow. Put it the day after.
Hey, we got really lucky that Microsoft deal happened the day we were recording, so we could do that. Nintendo decided, nah.
It's those little right hook brats.
Yeah.
How dare they?
How dare they? One day after.
Hey, if they were the two of the people listening to the podcast, I'll take that.
Hey, look, I'll be
no
honest,
one but fucking Nintendo execs.
I suck at like predicting stuff, but I will say I do really, really wish that I turn on the Direct tomorrow, and like the first thing I see is they're like, guess what? We got a Luigi's Mansion 1 and 2 collection coming to Nintendo Switch, and I'm like, see, that is what I would want. I
feel like that would make a lot of people happy.
It
would make me at the least very fucking happy. All I wanted on the Nintendo Switch when I first got it was I wanted to play No More Heroes, and I wanted to play like Mario Galaxy. And then when I went to Japan, I got to play like a Luigi's Mansion arcade game, and it was fucking fantastic. And so I'm like, you know what? I actually really want to play the Luigi's Mansion games, but obviously the first one was a GameCube game, and the second one was on the DS, I believe. It was either the DS or the 3DS.
3DS.
And so I never got to play those two because I never owned them.
I feel like they'd be
But I would
good
love to
on
play
the
them
Switch. The games would make very big.
Oh, yeah, they
bucks on the
they
Switch.
make bank.
I feel like maybe Bayonetta 3.
I don't know, because they said specifically they were focusing on games that would be coming out in the first quarter.
I thought half.
Is the first half?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, the
First
Bayonetta
half
3
of the-
might
First
be
half
on
of
the table.
2022.
Okay, Bayonetta 3 might be on the table. Oh,
For,
Metroid
for,
Prime
for me,
4.
that rules out Breath of the Wild because you would have announced that by now.
Yeah. Metroid Prime 4 is probably going to be there.
Probably. I reckon we'll see a new Fire Emblem and probably more on the Kirby game.
Oh yeah, definitely see more on the Kirby game. They've been pushing that Kirby game.
You'd imagine the Sunbreak expansion for Monster Hunter.
Oh yeah. We probably might
I'm pretty sure that's coming first half 2022.
we probably might end up seeing more of the new. I guess you know how we'll talk about Breath of the Wild, right? How you
Yeah.
said that might not come out this year, but I reckon it will. It's still in
Look, it's not coming first half of 2022.
No, definitely not the
Sorry,
first
right.
half, but the end of the year, I could see that.
I could see it soon. I know I'm being a bit too optimistic, but it's not far out of the left field for them to go, hey, this game is coming out in either 1 month or 2 months.
Dude, it's not out far of left field to go download this now.
Yeah, they've done that before.
Yeah,
They've done
look, that
before.
wouldn't be abnormal for Nintendo. They like to do that, but I feel like Breath of the Wild is so big that you want a marketing push for it.
Now, they keep doing this, whereas they take a very obscure but cult-loved game and remake it, tell no one, and just release it.
Okay, I have one for that.
Alright, Jack, keep going.
Nintendo DS game, Fantasy Life.
Oh, I've played that.
You want Fantasy Life?
100% I want that. I'm not the only one. I've checked Nintendo Reddit frequently. for that.
What's Fantasy Life? Because I was kidding when I said I played
I
it.
figured you hadn't.
I've played
It's,
it.
I was gonna say, I was very surprised.
So have you played it, Josh and Ant?
I've played
I
it.
played it.
It's
There we
not.
go.
It's not that good in my opinion.
I thought it was great. I had a good time with it. Then I lost my cartridge, and so I'm sad.
If you want to play a
Um,
game just
yeah.
like it, because it's you can do a lot of things in it. Just play
Rune Factory.
yeah, play Rune Factory. That comes out in next month.
But I want it now. Look, I love Fantasy Life, and I would love to see them do something like that. And
Jack,
it
I
was
think
one
you're
of those
gonna.
cult
I think you
games.
would love Rune Factory.
Yeah, Rune Factory 5 comes out next month.
All right, maybe I'll check it out.
It's
But,
did you like Stardew Valley?
I had my time with Stardew.
Okay, think of it like that, but in a third person perspective, and it has good combat.
Look, that's what Fantasy Life felt to me. It wasn't 10 out of 10 game, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah, that's alright.
Fun.
Yeah, it's alright.
It's on my DS. I enjoyed playing it, and then I lost my game, and I'm sad. And I would like them to bring it back.
Did you do
I
all
think-
the job quests in that game?
Yes, loved it. Loved doing that stuff. Don't know why. Just enjoyed doing it.
Jack's in it for the grind. I want to see
I
them.
am.
I want to just see fucking Terranigma for no reason. Just be like, and here's Terranigma in full 3D. Have fun.
Oh yeah, because they remastered ActRaiser, and
Yeah, dude, that knocked the wind out of me when I saw that.
I didn't buy it
Well-
yet, but I do want to play it. It's a cult
I
classic.
should explain to Shaz what Fantasy Life was.
Yeah,
It's
I've
a
been
game where
playing
you
this whole time for a reason.
Yeah. Look, it was a game where you're sort of your own person. You go out, you help town. You level up your mining state, you level up your crafting, you level up your carpentry, and all this stuff. And you go through. You're just going through the story, doing jobs for people, and just getting better at what you're doing. And you get higher quality stuff. It was just this. You kept doing stuff, and you enjoyed it to get better gear and better, just better at the game. It's this cute little artsy game, going through town and stuff, and it's just enjoyable.
Yeah. It's literally Fantasy Life Simulator. It's just missing that last word.
It's basically Rune Factory Light.
Yeah, it is just Rune Factory Light.
Look, I haven't played that, so maybe I'll have to give it a go.
Jack playing Rune Factory at gunpoint.
Rune Factory falls on Steam, but yeah.
What else do we think Nintendo might show off?
I'm gonna guess that. Okay, I'm gonna go with the obvious picks. Is that Advance Wars is gonna be there.
Mm.
The new Kirby
that's
game.
right.
is
You were
gonna be
keen
there.
for that, weren't you, Josh?
Yeah, I was keen for the Advance Wars game. They're very good.
Should I?
I'm gonna guess that the main series that I really do expect is Fire Emblem. I reckon that it's been long enough that there should be a new game.
Yeah, me and you both. I want a new Fire Emblem. I've been hungry.
So, what time is this, by the way?
9 o'clock.
Tomorrow morning.
9 a.m. for us.
Oh, 9 a.m. Cool. So I can get to it. So basically, by the time I'm all done and ready, it'll be fully out.
Yeah, I have to
pretty
go.
much.
I have to go to class in 30 minutes from 9 o'clock, so I have to be like kind of late.
Oh well.
I'm hoping for a port of Xenoblade Chronicles Cross. I've been saying this for every single Nintendo Direct. I just want...
Yeah, but I feel like at that point, there's no purpose in owning a Wii U anymore.
I mean, there isn't. Like, just let the thing die. Just let the thing die, man, and just forget about the Wii U.
I mean, Switch is already selling so well. You just might as well. It's just.
I
Didn't,
wish that
didn't Nintendo announce during the week that basically the Switch is barely through its half life cycle?
Yeah, it's about halfway through its life cycle.
Yeah.
To remind everyone, it was released in 2017, almost 5 years ago. So
10-year life cycle is it's
Impressive.
long, but it's impressive. I can see them doing it.
Look, I feel like you're gonna have to release a pro version of the Switch by then, because I feel like in 2027 it's gonna be looking pretty old.
I think they will.
They
I-
definitely
And
would.
it
I
couldn't
see
run
it.
Breath of the Wild properly in 2017, so yeah.
What's the bet they're gonna make a Breath of the Wild 2 and Switch Pro bundle?
Oh, look, the little mastermind in me says that's why Breath of the Wild hasn't been announced, because they're not ready to announce Switch 2, Switch Pro.
It's like a
And I
Switch
Switch
I
2.
think-
2.
You would have to. It would have to be playable on the Switch. I think. I don't think you could make it only playable on the Switch Pro, but it would be much better.
Jack, they'll just do a Cyberpunk and it will function on the Switch.
In fairness,
Can I-
it didn't
can I
function on the PlayStation 4.
Can I ask how many of you would buy a Switch Pro? Because I absolutely would.
I would.
Oh, yeah, I'm
I
down.
would. The lithium-ion battery in my Switch is taking a bit of a shit, so I do need a new Switch.
I
The Switch
don't
is
jump
made-
at that straight away.
Bar none, Switch is one of my favorite consoles.
Oh, I fucking love it.
Same.
It's great. The Switch is great.
Before I go and buy a Switch Pro, I would think about buying a Steam Deck.
Oh yeah.
And that would, and I would strongly, I would have a tough decision.
Oh, I'm with you. I'd be strongly torn between those two. If I had to make the choice between
Because
them,
I also
that'd
have
be
a Switch,
very
I don't
difficult.
have a Steam Deck, so you go, And I think it
Correct.
would have to depend on how many games, if the Switch Pro makes other games obsolete on the Switch, like you can't play them. If you can still play them on the Switch, but you're getting much better performance on the Switch Pro, then yeah,
If you get a
it'd be
Steam,
easy decision.
if you get a Steam Deck, Josh, would you play the games I got you for your birthday and Christmas?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Do you know how?
it
Do
seems
you know
like a
how much
shot.
easier it would be to play so many things if it was portable?
I think that's the thing for a lot of people. The Switch became their indie console because the Switch can run a lot of the indies. If you can get them on Steam, where they'll go for like $4, and it can play them better than the Switch,
But yeah, that's the console's
know.
worth its price.
I feel
if
like
the Steam Deck had launched at the same time as Switch would be dead.
I was gonna say for me it's a harder sell because one of the reasons I enjoy PC games is because you can I have a high-end PC, so I can really take advantage of that hardware.
Yeah.
The moment you lose that, it kind of starts to get hard to justify because we're in Australia, so a Steam Deck is over $1,000. And, like, that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money to throw at something that's going to play games you already own.
Look, I feel like a Switch Pro would start you off at 600 though.
I would honestly hope it's not 600. But at the same time, most people would probably trade in their Switch for a Switch Pro.
Yeah,
Correct.
no, definitely.
You're not wrong.
I would first back up my shit. To be honest,
yeah.
I'd back up my shit first.
Well,
So-
yeah, all of us would.
So,
Yeah.
do you think they're announcing a Switch Pro tomorrow?
No.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
I don't think they
But
would
if-
be.
Watch us fucking age like milk.
If they do announce a Switch Pro tomorrow, I will be shocked, and I will force Anf to eat dog shit if I'm wrong.
Really?
Oh no.
I mean,
I'm not making him do that.
Are you holding your word to that?
I listen to me. If they announce a Switch Pro tomorrow, I guarantee you Anf will eat dog shit on the next podcast.
I'm not eating dog shit. You said you were the one that's gonna eat dog shit.
No, I said you would.
No,
do
he
it.
said we're gonna make you make.
Definitely said you. I'm
Dog.
sorry.
I'm not eating dog shit, my dude. You're eating dog shit.
There you have it, guys. We have a deal, and I think
Bullshit! No, that's
So,
not bullshit.
so I think
No,
we've
no.
gone down a dark path, and it's time to end the podcast.
I think it's time to stop.
I don't know how we got here, but we're here. And it's time to stop. Oh. This has been Safe World Podcast. I've been Jack.
I've been Anf.
Been Josh.
And I'm Sharps.
And where are
Thanks
the
everyone for
Wiggles?
tuning in. No, we're not. Signing
All
off.
right, signing off.
Signing
I don't
off.
know.